What's going on, everyone? This is Ryan McNulty from the Byte team, and as part of Wrestlemania Overload, we're going to be reviewing Wrestlemania 10. Now, we're reviewing WrestleManias by the digits, and since this year's WrestleMania is WrestleMania 30, we're going to review the other WrestleManias that end in 0. So we're talking about 10 and 20. So let's get into WrestleMania 10. Now, WrestleMania 10 took place on March 20th, 1994. Now, I'm not going to go over the entire card. I'm just going to be talking about some of the things that I felt were highlights. I'm going to list the full card below if you're interested in what other matches took place. So the opening match was between Bret Hart and Owen Hart in a sibling rivalry, which I thought was a great technical match. It went on for about 20 minutes, and it's definitely worth checking out. One of the highlights actually is just how ridiculous Jerry Lawler is on commentary, just making fun of Helen and Stu Hart. Almost that makes the entire match worth listening to, just because he just non-stop is berating them about how old they are. So that's definitely a key highlight. Now, another interesting thing that took place at this WrestleMania was a Falls Count Anywhere match between Macho Man Randy Savage and Crush. Now, this wasn't your traditional Falls Count Anywhere match that you would see in today's WWE. The rules actually were that you had to pin them outside of the ring, and then they had 60 seconds to get back into the ring or you lose the match. So it's definitely worth watching just to see these rules and how they play out in a wrestling match, and you can kind of see why they don't do that today. I feel the Falls Count Anywhere matches that they do now just make more sense and they work better, but it's still interesting to go back and see how it's all played out. And then, of course, basically the reason that this WrestleMania is even talked about is the ladder match between Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon. This match just absolutely blows everything else out of the water that's on this show. It's just ridiculous. I mean, this was the first WWE televised ladder match, and they, of course, set the bar for ladder matches to come. They hit a lot of key spots. Of course, we have Shawn Michaels diving off the ladder to Razor Ramon, something that's just shown in all the WrestleMania highlights. And then there's a bunch of other great spots. This is the match you want to go back and watch, 100%. Some other interesting notes from this WrestleMania, just some little key interesting facts. There's a tag team title match between Men on a Mission and the Quebecers, and just an interesting note that Raven is the manager of the Quebecers in this match, so it's just kind of funny. He goes by the name Johnny Polo, and it's just kind of funny to see Raven at a WrestleMania, that far back. It's easy for someone to forget something like that. It's just like a funny little tidbit of information. Another little kind of funny tidbit is they had a Bill Clinton impersonator that they kept going back to and interviewing, and he interacted with the $1 Million Man and IRS, but they didn't play it off like he was an impersonator. They actually played it off like it was the real Bill Clinton there, and they never acknowledged that he wasn't the real Bill Clinton. So it's just kind of funny that they had that going on. And then, of course, another highlight was, or another interesting fact, was that Bret Hart and Yokozuna both had 2 matches on this card. Bret Hart fought Owen as well as Yokozuna for the WWF title at the end, and Yokozuna fought Lex Luger beforehand. So Yokozuna actually had to defend the title twice in one show. So interesting facts. So before I conclude this review of WrestleMania 10, I just want to say the 2 things that you don't want to miss from this pay-per-view, if you haven't seen it before, is the match between Bret Hart and Owen Hart. It's a great technical match, and the commentary, it's pretty funny. And of course, you do not want to miss the ladder match between the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon for the undisputed Intercontinental Championship. Those are the 2 matches that I feel hold up the best today. So remember, this is part of our WrestleMania Overload. We're going to have plenty of content leading up to WrestleMania, including our top WrestleMania moments, our WrestleMania 20 review, and more. So remember to hit that subscribe button so you get all the videos as they come out. Also, follow us on Twitter at ByteThatCast. Remember, that's Byte That with a Y. So on behalf of Juan and Keith, I'm Ryan McNulty. I'll see you later.